Okay. Screen. One more thing is, please communicate among yourself. And as I could see, Kamal Kumar and Ajay both have completed the task. And if anything is there, I think you can communicate in the group. If you are having any doubts, you can ask them. They'll help you out. Okay. Ajay and Kamal, please help the other guys also. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Coming back to our class, what we have done, we have okay, we'll take a new one. Okay, we have completed hosting on Ubuntu server. So what we shall try to do is, I think I gave this what we say homework to try on Amazon Linux. ఇది ట్రై చేశారా ఎవరైనా అమెజాన్ లినక్స్?
ఎస్ సార్. నేను
వచ్చిందమ్మా?
అమెజాన్ లినక్స్‌లోనే హోస్ట్ చేశాను సార్. వెబ్‌సైట్ వచ్చింది సార్.
ఓకే, ఫస్ట్ అమెజాన్లో చేసి తర్వాత Ubuntu రెండు చేసావా?
చేశాను సార్.
ఓకే, వెరీ గుడ్. ఇంకెవరైనా చేశారా అమెజాన్ లినక్స్?
అంటే మ మ అంటే మల్టిపుల్ వెబ్‌సైట్ హోస్ట్ చేయమని టాస్క్ ఇచ్చారు కదా సార్. అది
అవును,
కాన్ఫిగ్
అవును.
ఫైల్ ఎడిట్ చేసేటప్పుడు కొంచెం ప్రాబ్లమ్ వచ్చింది. అందుకని అది కంప్లీట్ అవ్వలేదు సార్.
ఓకే.
కాన్ఫిగ్ ఫైల్ క్రియేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు.
మల్టిపుల్ వెబ్సైట్స్ ఎలా ట్రై చేసావు చెప్పు.
లైనక్స్ కనెక్ట్ చేసి డైరెక్ట్ కాన్ఫిగ్ ఫైల్ ఎడిట్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేశాను సార్. కాన్ఫిగ్ ఫైల్ క్రియేట్ చేయడానికి.
మ్హూ, మ్హూ, తప్పు.
అంటే ఒకే ఐపీ అడ్రస్‌కి మల్టిపుల్
లేదు, అలా వర్క్
యూజర్ నేమ్స్
అవ్వదు.
ఇచ్చుకొని
లేదు, అలా వర్క్ అవ్వదు. సింపుల్గా మనము లాస్ట్ టైం పోర్ట్ నంబర్స్ డిస్కస్ చేశాం కదా, 65,000 పోర్ట్స్ ఉంటాయని.
ఎస్ సార్.
టూ
ఎస్.
టూ టైప్స్లో చేయొచ్చు. ఒకటి ఏంటి అంటే, వన్ ఈజ్ యూ నీడ్ టు అసైన్ డిఫరెంట్ పోర్ట్ నంబర్. ఓకే, ఒక వెబ్సైట్కి పోర్ట్ నెంబర్ 80 ఇచ్చారనుకోండి. సో అనదర్ వెబ్సైట్కి యూ గివ్ పోర్ట్ నెంబర్ 81, ఇంకొక వెబ్సైట్కి పోర్ట్ నెంబర్ 82. అలా చేయొచ్చు. అండ్ సెకండరీ ఈజ్ వన్ మోర్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ యూ కెన్, ఇప్పుడు మీరు హెచ్టిఎంఎల్ ఫోల్డర్ లోపల ఫైల్స్ పెడుతున్నారు కదా
ఎస్ సార్.
యూబంటులో. హెచ్టిఎంఎల్ ఫోల్డర్ లోపల ఏం చేస్తారంటే, యూ కెన్ క్రియేట్ మల్టిపుల్ ఫోల్డర్స్. ఇప్పుడు ఫర్
ఎస్ సార్.
ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నాకు ఇది ఒక లింక్ పంపించారు కదా, ఇప్పుడు ఏది 3.110.190.202, ఈ వెబ్సైట్ ఉంది కదా. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ వర్కింగ్ ఆన్
ఎస్
పోర్ట్
సార్.
నెంబర్ 80. ఇప్పుడు దీన్ని ఏం చేశారు, హెచ్టిఎంఎల్ ఫోల్డర్లో వేసేసారు కదా ఫైల్స్ అన్ని. సో సింపుల్గా ఏం చేస్తారంటే, హెచ్టిఎంఎల్ అనే
ఎస్ సార్.
ఫోల్డర్ లోపలే యూ కెన్ క్రియేట్ మల్టిపుల్ ఫోల్డర్స్. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయండి అంటే, హెచ్టిఎంఎల్ ఫోల్డర్ లోపల ఒకటి క్రియేట్ చేయండి. ఏమంటారు, ప్రాజెక్ట్ 1 అనే ఒక ఫోల్డర్ క్రియేట్ చేయండి. ఆ ఫోల్డర్ లోపల ఈ వెబ్సైట్ కంటెంట్ అంతా పేస్ట్ చేయండి. సో సిమిలర్లీ ప్రాజెక్ట్ 2, ఆ ప్రాజెక్ట్ 2 లోపల సేమ్ ఫైల్స్. ప్రాజెక్ట్ 3, ఆ ప్రాజెక్ట్ 3కి సంబంధించిన ఫైల్స్. దట్ ఈస్ అనదర్ వే ఆఫ్ డూయింగ్. వన్ ఈస్ యూ కెన్ డూ విత్ పోర్ట్ నంబర్, చేంజింగ్ ద పోర్ట్ నంబర్స్. వన్ ఈస్ ఇది ఫైల్ స్ట్రక్చరింగ్ అన్నమాట. ఇలా కూడా చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఓకే, ఐ థింక్ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ టైమ్ టుడే అది కూడా మనం ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసేద్దాం అయిపోతుంది. ఓకే, రైట్.
ఓకే
సో
సార్.
ఒక్కసారి మిగతా వాళ్ళకు కూడా ఐ థింక్ అమెజాన్ ట్రై చేస్తారా, అమెజాన్ లినక్స్ ఎవరైనా? ఎనీ అదర్ గైస్ హ్యావ్ యూ ట్రైడ్ అమెజాన్ లినక్స్? ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు ట్రై చేద్దామా అమెజాన్ లినక్స్ ఒకసారి, మీకు క్లియర్గా ఉంటుంది. సో ఈరోజు మనం క్లాస్లో ఇవి రెండు కంప్లీట్ చేయాలి, విండోస్ సర్వర్ ఒకటి అండ్ లినక్స్ రెండు కంప్లీట్ చేసేయాలి ఈరోజు. As because already you got familiar with Amazon Linux, sorry, Ubuntu server familiar అయ్యారు కాబట్టి Amazon Linux will be easy. And similarly Windows server will also be easy. Why? Because we have already worked on FTP server. Same procedure ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి this Windows server will also be easy. Okay, so which one? Okay, I think this is Amazon Linux. Ubuntu. Okay, it is stopped condition. I'll start my instance. Okay, I'm connecting directly here within the browser only. I'll try to do. Okay, so this I'm doing directly from the console. So Amazon Linux లో చేసేటప్పుడు ఏంటి అంటే బేసికలీ వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ దిస్ sudo command, right? So sudo command you can use sudo space su. So what it will do means it will take you, it will assume you as a super user. Super user అంటే నార్మల్గా అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటర్ అని జనరల్గా విల్ tell in our Windows server, Windows operating system na administrator అని. So similarly sudo means nothing but super user. Okay, super user will have all the privileges for operating and changing the operating system. So we want to install new software. So that is the reason we are using as super user. Okay, sudo space su will take you as, this command will take you as super user. Okay, so enter. So here you can see this is your username, right? So in our Ubuntu server, there will be just a little change in this Ubuntu and Linux, that we'll understand. So previously in we have what the command, I'll think I'll just give you clarity. So it is, if it is in Amazon Linux, what will be the command? So in Ubuntu you have tried, what is the command? Sudo apt get update, right? So this is the command you are using in Ubuntu. Okay, in Linux it will be little change. So the same command. So what you will be using here is yum update hyphen y. Okay, same command, but the purpose of the command is same, but the command names will be changing. Okay, so here you will be using yum. Okay, yum will be there for all your this thing. So similarly, similarly after this, what we have done, we have installed, we have what software we have installed, we have installed Apache 2, right? So whereas in Amazon Linux, what we try to do is we'll be installing a package called HTTPD. Okay, this is the same package which we'll be using for the Amazon Linux. Okay, you might also get, sir, I should only install HTTPD. No, you can also install Apache 2 inside the Amazon Linux also. Okay, you can install HTTPD, and also you can try the same with Apache 2 also. Okay, this is option for you. Okay, but remember that both will do the same purpose. Okay, so after that, what you have done, you have started the Apache service, right? So service Apache 2 start, right? In the same way, we are if we are installing this HTTP2, we need to start the service, right? So how you do that is, so there will be small changes. So we'll say system control. Okay. So in Ubuntu, we are calling it as service. Okay. But when it is coming to Amazon Linux, we are calling it as system CTL. System CTL start Apache 2. So that is here we are not using Apache 2, right? So we are using HTTPD. So remember that in the beginning itself, I have told you. So in mainly, if you want to understand this AWS perfectly, the only thing you need to do is not learning the subject. Okay, you need to understand the concept. Okay, if it is this operating system, how it is how what is the workflow, if it is if the operating system changes, what is the workflow. So the overall concepts will remain same, but the thing is execution will be changing. So as you can see in this Ubuntu operating system, we have taken apt get update, but whereas in Amazon Linux we are using m update y. The thing is the purpose is same, but the thing is the command is changing. So here you can see we are starting Apache service. So for starting the service, what we have done, service Apache 2 start. So what will we do, it will start the Apache 2 service. So but whereas in Amazon Linux we are saying system CTL start HTTPD. The thing is the purpose is same. So the purpose is same, but the command is changing. Okay, so don't get confused. So just the name of the command will be changing, just small changes. Okay, so whereas but the concept will remain same. First you need to install the package, then you need to start the service. Okay, and one more, there is one more command after this, CTL system CTL enable HTTPD. Okay, this is one more command we'll be using here. Okay, and in Ubuntu, what we have done after this, what we have done, sudo chown 777. What we have done, we have given read write permissions to this folders, right? So this were our to these folders we are unable to copy our HTML files directly through WinSCP software. Why? Because this particular folder has not having permissions for the copy purpose. So what we are doing here? So that is the reason we have changed the read and write permissions of this folder, right? So I think yesterday the other class you have seen, we have tried opening this WinSCP software, and WinSCP software was not able to copy your files to this location, right? So that is the reason what we have done. So we have executed these two commands to get the permissions or access to the folders, right? So now what we shall see what this uh, Amazon Linux will say. We'll also try the same WinSCP and we'll try to transfer. Okay. So we'll start the process. First, we'll log in into our Amazon Linux server. So I think we have already started the session. So this is our terminal, right? So here we'll be executing each command. Okay. So first we have logged in as super user, fine. So then I'll say m update y. Okay. So m update y. Okay, first command, just amazing updating the package installer. Okay, so package installer updated. So next I'll say we need to install HTTPD, right, in this. So what is the command for this is, so in Ubuntu what we told, apt get install Apache 2, right? So here the command will be changing, and the command is yum install Apache 2. Okay, so this is the command we use for. So sorry, we are not installing Apache 2. We are installing HTTPD, and again followed by -y. Okay, this is a command we need to execute in Amazon Linux. Okay, so we'll go back. So yum install HTTPD -y. Okay, this will install our HTTPD package. Enter. Okay, I've already installed the software, so it is immediately told that it is already installed. Okay, in your case it might take some time for the installation. Okay, so next, what we have done, we have successfully installed our HTTPD package, right? So what is the next step? So we need to start our service. So for starting the service, the command is systemctl. Systemctl stands for system control start HTTPD. Okay, so we'll execute this systemctl. Systemctl is one single word. Systemctl start HTTPD. Okay, so as you can see, there is no error. That means we have started it successfully. So then the next command is systemctl enable HTTPD. Okay, so this will enable our HTTPD to run, right? I think the other day what we have done, we have also checked the status, right? So we'll try to see the status also. System CTL status HTTPD. Okay, okay, this command system CTL. Okay, have missed the S. Okay, so what is telling system CTL? Have asked for the status of my HTTPD. So what is it telling me? So active HTTP, our HTTP package is running and it is in active condition. Okay, so now we can run our website, or we can even say that we can host our website, right? So in the similar way, what you will be having a few more commands also. You can even try. So one is restart. Restart you can try. Similarly, stop you can try. Stop command you can try. Similarly, disable you can try. Similarly, reload you can try. Okay, that means these are all different operations with respect to the HTTP function. So a start function will start the HTTPD. So enable will do enable the option. So similarly, if you want to restart our HTTP service, you can use systemctl restart HTTPD. So if you want to stop the HTTP service, then systemctl stop HTTPD. Okay, if you want to disable the option of HTTPD, then systemctl disable HTTPD. Sometimes your website will not function properly. Sometimes you won't get the display of your website. So then what you can do, you can just type systemctl reload HTTPD. Okay, so again it will get configure and you'll be fixing the issue. Okay, so these are all the few other commands we can also try to practice. Okay, right? So now our configuration part is done. We have installed our HTTPD package, and we have enabled the service, and we also checked that the status is in active condition, right? So now I need to transfer files, right? So I need to transfer the files to my folder. So one is what you can do to transfer the files. Before transferring the files, what I'll do is I'll check my public IP address whether it is working properly or not. So simply what you can do, just copy this link and try to open. Okay, so I've copied the public IP address and I'll check. Okay, I think I've already worked on it. So I have already uh, changed our index file. So that is the reason it is showing me this page. Okay, I've already configured a website. So as you can see, this is working from Amazon Linux. Okay, so I'll do one thing. I'll change this website. I'll download one more template today. So HTML template free download. This is my existing page. I'll try to change. So so this is one thing, something new. Okay, digital currency. Okay, Control X, Control V. So extract index page. Okay, this is the website I want to run. Okay, this is my website which I want to run now. But as you can see, already there is one website running here. Okay, so this is hi, I am Maria Ferrero. Okay, I want to change this to my website, which is this one. Okay, so as you know, we need to go to our www folder. Inside that we need to change, right? So to do that, the last time what we have done, we have used this software called WinSCP, right? So for transferring files through FTP, right? So today also I'll do the same. I'll use WinSCP software. Okay, so just click on this WinSCP software. Now I'll try to log into my server. Okay, so as you can see, left side it is my local desktop. In the right section, we will get our remote desktop. Okay, so I'll click on new session. In the new session, I need one host name, so I'll get the host name from here. Go to instance detail. So copy your IP address, public IP address, paste. Okay, so here I can log in using my ppk key. So I'll get the, I have the ppk key, so I'll click on advanced. So click on authentication. So here you need to upload your ppk key. Okay, there are so many keys. So maybe it is ubuntu, not ubuntu. Okay, I forgot key name also here, so maybe this is the latest one. So I'll just try with test server once. If it is not working, I'll try to connect with other ones. Okay, it is asking me for the username. That means it is correct. So you need to get your username. As you know, for Amazon Linux, the default username is EC2 hyphen username. Or else simply you can get the username here also. So this is your username. Okay. So I'll get back EC2 hyphen user. Okay. So this is the username for Amazon Linux. Okay. If you are working on Ubuntu, the username will be Ubuntu. Okay. Don't forget this. Forget this. These are all default usernames. Click on OK. Okay. Server has refused the key. That means we have uploaded wrong key. So we'll try another key. I'll browse and I'll try this one. EC2 hyphen user. This is also wrong key, or else you can get your key details here. So I think key pair assigned is Ubuntu server 2. Okay, so this is the key. So Ubuntu server 2 is the key. So advanced, I'll search for Ubuntu server 2. Okay, Ubuntu server 2. So this is the key pair which is assigned to our instance. Select, click on OK and login. This should work. EC2 hyphen user. Click on OK. Right. Okay. So this is our server location, our file structure in our server. So as you know, we need to find this uh, default location for hosting our website. So previously we know it will be this www folder, right? So that will be inside this var section. Okay. So just get inside this var folder, var folder, right? Inside this var folder you might see www, right? So inside this you'll be finding html folder. Okay. So remember this also, the location. I think the location is same for both. So copy folder location var and html. I think it is the same. Okay, same location. So here we need to copy our files. So I'll just remove the previous files. This is our old website. So simply click and delete this. Okay. So click on delete. Right. So if you just reload your website now, just check. Okay, this was our website, right? If you reload, so this will not work. Okay, why? Because we have deleted all our existing files. Okay, so now we need to change this to this website, right? So the thing is, we need to copy these files. Okay, this is my website project. So I'll just copy this website project, or else it is a desktop location na. So I'll go to desktop. Okay, this is my desktop. So here is my website. Select your website, copy all your files, drag and drop. So and remember the case in Ubuntu server, we were unable to transfer the files, right? So let us see here. Right, as you can see in Amazon Linux we are able to copy the files directly. So that means Amazon Linux is providing you the service where you direct copy of the files is possible. Okay, so as you know, yesterday we have tried, we can check this in your command line only. I'll go back to the browser, right? So here you can see cd space slash var slash www. Okay, right? We'll see with the command called ls command, list of all the files. If I say ls command, so as you can see, this html folder is in by default in green color. So what does this green color indicate? That it is readily available for read and write operations, right? So as you can see, CGI hyphen bin is in blue color. That means it doesn't have the read and write operations. That means you are restricted to change any files inside this folder. Whereas HTML is green. So if it is green, you can be able to access the file and change and do modifications, right? So similarly, you can also check for the www folder also. cd space var. Okay, so ls, right? So I think www folder we don't have read and write operations. Okay, only for html files, html folder they have given the permission. but our work is also in HTML folder, so no problem for us. We'll say cd space www and ls html, right? So we are working on this HTML folder directly. So HTML folder is in green color. So if it is in green color, we can directly uh, do any operations inside the folder. Okay. So what we have done, we have copied my project and pasted into this HTML folder. Okay. So again, I'll come back and I'll check my URL. Okay. So this is my URL, right? So click on reload button. Okay. So now as you can see, the website has changed, right? So previously the website was not there. So as we have shifted our files here, so our we have updated our new website. Okay, so I think there is some issue with the style sheet, so that is the reason we are not getting it, but it's okay. Actually it is working. Okay. So this is how you'll be hosting your website on Amazon Linux. And yesterday I have told you guys to host multiple websites, right? So actually hosting multiple websites can be done in two ways. One is using your port number, and one is your using your folder structure. Okay. So what will I do is, simply what you can simply do is, in this folder itself, what you can do, you can just add one folder. So here is one new folder, right? So just click on this new folder button. Okay. New directory. Here I'll say project 1. Okay. Project 1. Similarly I'll say project 2. Okay. So two projects I am doing. So for example, inside my project 1, what I'll do, I'll put this website, copy and paste. Okay. Right. So now I'll go back and I'll take project number 2, where I'll be putting another website. Okay. So this is another website. I'll copy and I'll paste. Okay. So I'll remove this rest of the files. Okay. So as you can see, inside my HTML folder, I'm having two folders. One is project 1 and one is project 2. So so in this way, what you understood, that I have hosted two websites. So one website is located inside project 1, another website is located inside project 2. So let us see how it works. So get back. So this is our website, right? So simply what you can do is, to this URL, just put one forward slash, and you can type your folder name. So project 1. Okay. So let us see what will happen. Okay. So as you can see, inside the project 1, I'm getting my first project. Okay. Similarly, if I want to access my second project, so what you can do, simply just I can just change the directory to project 2. Okay. So let us see what will happen. As you can see, the project has changed, right? I'm working on the second project. So similarly, what you can do is, you need to understand the file structure. Okay. How it will be working. So in the same way, inside this folder, If you have multiple projects to host, simply what you can do is you can use multiple projects here, and you keep your projects in separate folder to get accessed. Okay, so this you can practice. So here you can try to keep two or more websites for your practice. Okay, so what we have done now, we have taken Amazon Linux. Okay, and we have installed this HTTPD server, and we have started our service, and then we have added our folder location. Inside the folder location, how we have done, how we went to this folder location, we have taken WinSCP software. Here I have tried to log in using my ppk file, and after logging in, I came to this. After logging into the account, I just went to this var folder. Inside the var folder, www, and inside the www html. So inside this html, I have placed my projects. Okay. So then my website started to work. Okay. So this also you need to practice. Okay, hosting your website on Amazon Linux. Okay. So I think I'll give you some 5 to 10 minutes of time. I think right now nine. It is 9. So till 9:10, you can guys can just practice this. Okay. If there are any doubts, you can come back. And after this, we'll try to host
Sir,
our.
can you tell me the another method giving the separate port numbers?
Yeah, I'll tell. So this you try. So up to 9:10, you can just practice this. So after 9:10, I will explain you
Okay, sir.
how to host the website on Windows Server. Okay, and the guys who have already done this, I think what you can try to do is there is one more server. So similar to HTTPD, so there is one more server called. We basically called it as Nginx. So the package name is Nginx. Okay, so you guys can try this. Okay, so process will be almost the same. uh, you can try installing this Nginx and try to host the website. Okay, we have tried Apache 2. Similarly, you try this HTTP 2, and who have done the both of this, then they can try this third one. Okay, if any doubts are there, I'll be available here. You can ask me. Okay, at 9:10 we'll start about this Windows Server topic. Okay. Okay, guys, are you there? Guys, are you all there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. Practice చేశారా? Were you able to make it? వర్క్ అవుతుందా? Okay, or else you'll practice after the class.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Shall I continue with the Windows Server?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think all of you guys are attending the class through mobile. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, అందుకే nobody is practicing, I think. Okay, got it, got it. Fine, fine. Sir. Okay, so just follow for this Windows also. So getting back, so I hope everybody have created your Windows instance. So I'll get back. So I think my work has finished with this Amazon Linux. So simply what I'll do is I'll just stop my Linux server. Okay. So I already told you to make this a practice. Whenever you are not using your server, please stop your instances. Okay. So I've stopped my instance. So now I'll work on Windows server. So click on this, click on connect, click on, we have configured session manager. If we have configured with session manager, then you can directly connect here, or else if you are not, if you have not configured this session manager, you can just go through RDP. Okay. So if you want to directly log in into within your browser itself, then you can use this fleet manager. Okay, fleet manager will directly open the uh, Windows server within the browser. Okay, so I'll go through this
Hello,
RDP.
sir.
Yeah, chepam.
So same process. Process చేస్తుంటే ఆర్డర్ క్లయింట్ చూపించాలి.
Is there any problem?
సేమ్ ప్రాసెస్ చేస్తుంటే ఆర్డీపీ క్లయింట్ చూపించలేదు సార్. సేమ్ ఇదే ప్రాసెస్ చేస్తుంది.
RDP file.
ఆర్డీపీ క్లయింట్ ఉంది సార్. ఇప్పుడు ఎస్ఎస్ కనెక్ట్ చేశాను కదా.
నీ వాయిస్ సరిగా రావట్లేదమ్మా.
ఆర్టీపీ క్లయింట్ చూపించట్లేదండి సార్. అతను ఒకవేళ యూజ్ ఉంటే సర్వర్
ఆర్డీపీ
క్రియేట్ చేసి
చూపించలేదు
ఉంటాడు.
సార్ ఈ ప్రాసెస్.
RDP ఫైల్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోవాలా? What is the problem with RDP?
ఆర్డీపీ క్లయింట్ నాట్ షోయింగ్ సార్.
వాయిస్ సరిగ్గా రావట్లేదమ్మా. ఏమంటున్నాడు అతను? RDP
సార్
client
ఆర్టీపీ క్లయింట్
నాట్ షోయింగా? ఓకే. ఇది చూపించట్లేదా? అదేంటి డిఫాల్ట్ గా అంటే ఇఫ్ ఆర్డిపి
సార్ ఒకవేళ
క్లయింట్, అర్థమైంది అర్థమైంది. ఇఫ్
సార్
ఆర్డిపి క్లయింట్
ఊబుంటూ సర్వర్
కనిపించ,
క్రియేట్ చేసి ఉంటారు సార్.
అది, ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ క్రియేటెడ్ Ubuntu సర్వర్ దెన్ ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ షో. ఓకే. సో I think you have created some Ubuntu or Amazon Linux. Okay. So simply ఏం చేయంటే you create one more server. Okay. So I'll show you that process. Create another server. You can just click on launch instance. Okay. So create చేసేప్పుడు you select this one అమ్మా. Okay. సో మేబీ యూ హ్యావ్ సెలెక్టెడ్ అమెజాన్ ఆర్ Ubuntu, అందుకే నీకు చూపించట్లేదు. ఓకే. సో ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ సెలెక్టింగ్ దిస్ మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ విండోస్, సో ఆటోమేటికలీ యూ కెన్ సీ ఆర్డిపి క్లయింట్ అమ్మా. ఓకే.
ఓకే సార్.
సో నువ్వు యుబంటు ఆర్ అమెజాన్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసావు, అందుకే యూఆర్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు సీ ఆర్డిపి. విండోస్ చేస్తే విండోస్లో ఆర్డిపి క్లయింట్ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే.
ఓకే ఓకే.
సో ఐల్ కమ్ బ్యాక్ టు మై సర్వర్. I'll click on connect. So I'll go to remote desktop. Okay, already I have give credentials of admin, username and password, so it is connecting directly. Okay, right. So inside my this Windows server, so I think already we have tried a little with FTP server, na? So FTP server actually it will install almost the software which is required for website hosting also, but it's not. I'll just again clarify it. Okay, so I'll tell you the procedure again because one you'll get confused with FTP and this HTTP. So again, so that is the reason I'll tell you again. So first, after logging into your Windows server, first you need to open Server Manager. Okay, so make sure that you open Server Manager. Okay, so click on this Server Manager. Okay, so this is your Server Manager. Are you guys able to get the screen? Screen వస్తుందా?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Sir, you're recording the screen, sir.
రికార్డ్ చేస్తున్నా అనుకుంటాను. యా రికార్డ్ అవుతుంది. Okay, so open your server manager. So inside this server manager you need to see this IAS. Okay, so IAS need to be installed and it should be in this green condition. Okay, so green means it is in working condition. Okay, so when you open this server manager for the first time, you might not be seeing this IAS service. Okay, so IAS is not visible for will not be visible for you. Okay, so first you need to install this IAS. Okay, so I'll tell you how to install that IAS. So the process is very simple. Because I have already installed this IAS manager, we are able to see it, but when you open this Windows server for the first time, there will be no IAS. You need to install it manually. Okay, so what is the manual procedure for installing IAS is just click on this add roles and features. Okay, open your server manager, inside add roles and features. Okay, so click on next. So remember that you select role based features. Okay, role based or feature based installation. Okay, select this, click on next. Okay, so here you can select your default server with IP address. Okay, so click on next. So very important step is this one. So here you need to select web server. Okay, so as you can see, web server. Okay, you need to enable this option. Okay, please don't forget. If you select this web server web servers IAS, then it will install this IAS server for you. Okay, so select this option called web server, click on next, click on, I think there is no changes required. So after this you can just click on next and you can finish the installation. As you can see, I have already installed installed the software, so that is why it is not showing me the next option. Okay, so for you the process is very simple. Just you need to enable web IAS server. Okay, so how to do that is add roles and features, click on next, next, next. Here just select this web server IAS, click on next, next, and just complete it. Okay, so after the completion, just you need to restart your server manager. Okay, close the server manager and open again. So server manager here, right? So after restarting, you need to see that IAS should be working here. Okay, IAS should be working in this green condition. Okay, so simply how to open this now you need now you IAS software is installed on your server. Okay, so how to get into this is simply you can just go to this left section, you will see this IAS option, you can click on that. Okay, As you can see, it is in working condition. It is working on this particular IP address. Okay, right? So this is how you will be installing your IAS server. Next, the process is how to use the software. Okay, so simply to open this IAS software, just click on this tools. Okay, so when you click on these tools, you'll be having this IIS manager. Okay, so this is the tool we will be using for hosting our website. Without this tool, you won't be able to host your website. This is the same software, like this is the same software which we are using, we have gone through this Apache to HTTPD, right? So that are available for open source operating systems, whereas right now we are working on this Windows server, right? So for Windows server, IAS is the software. Okay, so this IAS software will be helping you to host your website. So make sure that you have this IAS software. Okay, so I've shown you how to install, right? So then click on this IAS manager, right? I hope you remember this is the same software we were using for the FTP server also. Okay, so just click on this. Okay, just open this tree. Okay, here you will be seeing some sites section. Okay, so these are all the sites which are available. So you can just delete this. I'll delete because these are all old websites. So remove. Yes. Old. Yes. Okay. So you know that after in this while we are working on this Ubuntu. So when we are working on this Ubuntu, what we have done, you have installed this package yum install HTTPD y, right? So after that, what you have done, you have just enabled the services. Okay, start HTTPD and enable HTTPD, right? So you have been working on this folder. After this installation, you found out that var www html folder, right? So in the same way, uh, process is same for Windows also. So Windows, what we have done, instead of this HTTPD, we have installed IAS manager, right? So IAS manager we have installed, and we have found out that it is in working condition, right? How you found out? So you have opened a server manager. So inside this dashboard, you have found that IAS is working. Okay. So in this Windows, you need not manually enable the service. Automatically, IAS server will start. So after that, you need to know the location of your HTML files. So for Ubuntu, the default location is var www html, right? So in Windows case, the default folder is located in your C drive. Okay, so the default location is in your C drive. You'll be finding a folder called inetpub. Okay, so you need to open this inetpub. Click on this. Okay, so inside your inetpub, and you will be finding a folder called www root. Okay, so inside this root folder, you can be able to put your files. Okay, so you can just remember this name. Okay, I'll just for your reference purpose, I'll put for Windows we use IES Manager software. Okay, so install package, right? So we have seen how to install the package. Go to server manager and go to add roles. Then you need to enable web IAS, right? So you have enabled and you have installed the package, right? So now we need the folder location, and the folder location is this one. Okay, C drive inetpub www root folder. Okay, this is the location in case of Windows. Okay, so we'll go back and see. and this is the folder. As you can see here, default it is running on this place. So there is some HTML file here, IIS start. Okay, so let us see what is that file. Okay, so as you can see, this is working on C inetpub www root IIS start.htm. Okay, this is working on local computer. Okay, this page need to show up when we open our website. Okay, so default page, we can say this is a default page, or we can also say testing page. This page is a test page. It shows that there is proper configuration. Okay, so we can see there is proper configuration here, right? And here you can see also in this IAS manager, they are giving you one default page. Okay, default website page. So I think we, when we have checked uh, with our Apache, when we have installed this Apache 2 software, they have shown us one default page, right? So in the same way, Windows will also show you one default page. Okay, so this is our default page, and settings are here. These settings will go through once we'll check whether the website is working or not. Okay, so I'll come back. I've successfully configured my IAS server. So when I open my public IP address, I should get the website. Okay, so public IPv4 address. If I open this link, I need to get that default page. Okay, so click on open. Okay, I think it is not working. Okay, so in the same case, sometimes you might also, even if all the configuration is working fine also, sometimes you will be not able to get the page because of some session and cache issues. Okay, so that time what you can do is you can just type this public IP address on your phone, and you can test. Okay, so even though after the correct configuration also, sometimes your website will not function. Okay, so that time what you can do is just you can just open this website on your mobile phone and check. Okay, so I think after repeated reloads also it is not working. So any guess why it is not working? As you can see here, it is showing the default page, and also our server manager is telling that it is ready and it is in running condition, and also this default page is there, and default page also is there in the proper location. Okay, it is working on local files, but it is not working on internet. Okay, it is not working on browser. Any guess why it is not working? Any guess?
because of port different port.
Correct, correct, right? So what will be the port number for a HTTP request?
2020
No, not
80.
2020.
80
80. So 80 is the default port number, right? So how to add this port number? Where?
in the security group of
Okay,
this server.
right. So now we'll go to our security groups and we will allow the port number 80. Okay. So this is my instance. Inside my instance, go to this security section. So inside my security groups, as you can see, these are all inbound rules. So incoming rules. So for this inbound rules, I've opened the port number 21, 3389 and 22. Whereas port number 80 is missing. Okay. Port number 80 will allow us to do this HTTP request. Okay. So every request which you are passing through your browser will be coming through HTTP. Okay. So for making this request, we'll be using port number 80. So what I will do, I'll go to my security groups and I'll allow port number 80. So click on security groups, and then edit inbound rule, then click on add rules here. So then just drop down here, you can select HTTP. Okay, so when I select HTTP, so the default port number range, they have selected port number 80. Okay, so HTTP request value default, that means port number 80 is fixed for HTTP requests. Okay, so I've selected port number 80, and here I'll just give the default website range. Okay, this is a default, that means it will allow from any IP address. Okay, then click on save rules. Okay, now I have allowed port number 80, right? So now we need to able to access our website. Okay, so we shall see. So get back. So this is our website, right? So I'll just reload the page again. Okay, it is taking some time. I'll just go back and see in my server also. Okay, so one more thing is, you can even open your website. When you select your website, in the right section you will be having an option called browse website. Okay, so in this website also, you can just check for this link. Okay, click on this link, it will open the website for you. Okay, just click on this. Okay, as you can see, it has opened me the website, but as you can see, it is working on localhost. Localhost is nothing but this thing is working within the server, right? But our intention is to access the website from outside, right? From outside we want to access. Okay, so this is not working again. I'll try to reload, or else I'll go to my EC2 running instances, Windows Server. I'll click on open address. Okay, if it is not working, you can just, as I already told you, because of some cache and session problems, you'll get this error. Simply what you can do is, or else you can just open one incognito window and you can try in that. Okay, I've opened one incognito window and I'm trying to open. Okay, so as you can see, inside my incognito window it is working. Okay, so that means the configuration part is working fine, right? So the configuration is successful. So here it is, why it is not displaying is because of some cache problems, and also some this cookies problem will be there sometimes. Okay, okay, so as I told you, if you are unable to get the result, even though you have done the correct process configuration, everything is correct, even though if you are not able to see, then immediately you can just check in your mobile, or you can check in one incognito window. Sometimes even incognito window will also not work, so it's better to check in your mobile. Okay, so this configuration part is correct. So we have correctly configured of our IIS manager. Okay, now what we need is, we need to host my website, right? That means I need my website to be working. So simply what you can do, just click on this sites. So now I will learn how to host the website. Okay, so right click. Just here you can see, when you right click on these sites. Okay, right click. Here you can see an option called add website. Okay, we want to add website, right? So click on add website. Okay, But before this, we need one HTML project, right? So the one of the advantage of using this what we call RDP file is you can just directly transfer the files to this location. Okay, so previously when we were using this what we call WinSCP software, right? So because Ubuntu will not have this GUI interface, so what we have done is we have tried to connect to using this PPK file, and then we have this is left section is local file and the right section will be your remote server, right? So this is the transfer process in case of Ubuntu or Linux or any operating system with where we'll be working on terminal. Okay, close this. But when we are working on this Windows operating system, the process is much simpler. What you can simply do is, for example, you can just drag and drop this. Okay, sorry, drag and drop is not working. I think it should work. What it need to work in drag and drop. We'll do one thing or else. Just copy. I'll say paste. Okay, as you can see the file is getting copied to your server directly. Okay, so when in case of Windows server we need not have any external software. Okay, so simply you can just copy and paste. So this is my website project, right? So what I'll do, I'll just copy this folder. So right click, copy. This is in my desktop. Okay, so copy and paste in your server location. I'll cancel this because this file is unnecessary for us. So whichever location you like, you can just paste. So here I am saying paste. Okay. So all the files will be transferred from my local computer to our server. Okay. Right. So copying is very simpler in Windows operating system, Windows server. So now what I'll do, I'll go back. Okay. So right click, add website. Okay, site name you can give, I'll say first site. Okay, so next it is asking us to give the physical path, that means where is the location of your project. Okay, so as I can see, I'll say the location of my project as desktop, because as you know it is in desktop. Inside my desktop I'm selecting the folder. Okay, so copy and say okay. As you can see the location of this file. Okay, so in this in this IAS server you can get the project from any location. Okay, so I've given this, have selected the physical path, right? Then uh, then you can just connect through and pass, we can just skip it. Okay, so then HTTP, and this section is you need to assign the IP address. Okay, so when you scroll down, this is the public IP address. Okay, and again you can see if you want to add any port number. Okay, so for example I'll say we'll experiment. Okay, so as you know by default we are getting this page. If you are putting port number 80, then it will be working on your port number 80. Okay, now I want to experiment on we'll try to experiment on another website, another port number. So now I'll say port number 2000. Okay, so roughly just for information purpose I'm putting. So I want to run the website on port number 2000. Okay, so if you have purchased any domain, you can give your domain name here. Okay, like facebook.com, google.com, or like if you purchase any domain, you can use it here. Okay, right now we don't have any domain, we are skipping it. Okay, so I want this project to be running on this port, particular port number, for sorry, IP address followed by the port number 2000. Okay, so click on okay. That's it. The process is very simple. Okay, because as you know This is completely a GUI software. Everything will be uh, the settings will be made automatically by the software itself. Okay, so now I'll just, as I told, we can browse that software and we can check. So as you can see, it has started now. Okay, it is a started condition and it is running state. So as I told, to browse this, simply you can click on this browse website link. Okay, click on browse website. Because this server will be running with very very limited configuration. As you know, we have just given only 1 GB of RAM, so that is the reason it is not showing us. Okay, so what is saying, you do not have permissions to view this directory or page because of the control list configuration. Okay, so the thing is, it is not able to access from this physical location. Okay, this location also the same problem, it might not have this read and write permissions. Okay, so now what we shall do, as we already know the default location of this IAS server, so I will go to the default location. Okay, so copy. So default location is right C drive. Go to inet pub. Inside inet pub, sorry, inside inet pub you can go to www root folder. So here you can paste your project. Okay, so now we'll try. But as you know, we have given the desktop location, this might not work. Okay, so we need to change. So how to change, go back to your server. Okay, when you double click on this, so you will be getting all the options which are related to the server. Okay, so related to the website, just double click on this. Okay, so these are all the settings you will be getting it. So just what I want is, please go through each one of this such that you can understand the process much better. Okay, so our thing is, we are concerned about this directory, right? Because we have changed the directory. I'll go to this directory section. Okay, not this. Okay, sorry. So default document will say which page you want to load. Mm, maybe in the configuration manager we'll see. Okay, no, not available in configuration location, or else I'll just go to this advanced settings. Okay, okay. In this, I think I have the option of changing. So in the right side section, below this browse website, you have an option called advanced settings. So in this advanced settings, we'll change the location. Why? Because we have shifted our files to this www root folder. Na? So we need to change the default location. Okay, so previously we are given this location. As you can see, previously we are using administrator desktop and crypto HTML. When we are using this location, we are getting this error. It is saying a unauthorized location. Okay, so we'll give the proper location. So browse and open your C drive. Inside your C drive, inet pub. So inet pub, inside your inet pub you have folder called crypto HTML. This is our project. Okay, so then click on OK. Click on OK. Okay, so now we have changed our project folder. Okay, so let us see what it will say. So again I'll say click on browse. Okay, now you can able to see that the website is working. Okay, so previously it told that okay, you are coming from wrong location. Okay, that means unauthorized location. So now what we have done is, we have shifted all our project files to this location. So the location is C drive inetpub, again the same www root folder. Okay, so local test is fine, it is working here. Okay, now we'll check the same thing from outside. Okay, so as you can say, within the server it is working properly. So get back, we'll check the same in our server. Okay, now I'll try to open the public IP address. So if you are having any issue, I'll just again try to open in one incognito window. Okay, copy and try to open in incognito window. Okay, paste. Okay, so I'm pasting it in incognito window. So as you know, this is not the page which we want to access, right? So we want to access our project, and our project is working from port number 2000. As you know, this is the port number default page which should appear for port number 80, but our project is located in port number 2000, right? So we should what we need to do is just enter colon and type your port number 2000. Okay, I think we have entered two colons. Port number 2000. Okay, now we shall see. Do you think port number 2000 will be accessible? Port number 2000 cannot be accessed.
No,
Why?
sir, no,
Because
sir.
we have
We
not
didn't give
mentioned.
any permission.
Correct. So we have not mentioned port number 2000 in our security group. Okay. So
Yes.
again, so that is the reason it will not show. So now come to security. In this inbound section, you need to add port number 2000. Okay, so go back to your security groups. So click on edit inbound rules, click on add rule, and inside this drop down section select HTTP. I think HTTP, what will happen if you select this HTTP? So it will not allow you to type any number, because HTTP request will come default by 80. Okay, we want to add custom number, right? So if we need to add custom, so we'll say you'll need to say custom TCP. Okay, so select custom TCP, and here you need to enter your port number. That is nothing but 2000. Okay, now you can give this a template for IP address and click on save changes. Okay, so now I can see port number 2000 is allowed. Okay, so that means I need to able to access my website. Okay, so I'll try to reload here. So colon 2000. Okay, I'll enter. Okay, if it is not working, I'll just try in one incognito window, or one or my mobile I'll try. Okay, so I'll go to my EC2 instances server. I'll copy the public IP address. I'll say incognito window. Now we shall see. So colon 2000. Okay, enter. Okay, it is not accessing. So I'll try the same on my mobile once. Even on my mobile, it is not getting connected. I'll go back and see what is the problem. Okay, I'm trying with the wrong port number. Okay, the port number is 172. Oh, this is private IP. Okay, 172.31.28.133 colon 2000. I think this is private IP address, so that is why it will not work
Yes,
for
sir.
us.
You are private IP address, sir. You are not
Private
binding public
private
IP.
IP address you cannot access. Need to access with public IP address only.
Uh, you need to binding public IP address, sir.
No, no, we already have no. So the same server will have both private IP address as well as public IP address. Both it will have. Okay. So when you are accessing your server from outside, you need to open public on public. Okay. When you are working within the server, then you can select private IP. We need to access with public IP address. So 43.204.19.232 colon 2000. Okay. I think now for me on mobile also it is not working. So we shall see. We shall also try with the local port number only. Port number 80 we can try. So the thing is how to work with this local port number 80 is simply go to your folder location www root folder. I think you know this process already. Just you need to copy all your project files, copy and paste in your www root folder. I think this will easily work without any doubt. So I'll get back to my location. So instead of typing this also, we can say directly open. Okay, we'll try on incognito window, new incognito window, just to copy your URL. What? This is also not working. We'll see here. Okay, it is working locally. Copy, paste. Why it is showing me old server? Okay, so as you can see, it is working here, right? So now you might have got some doubt, like for example, this folder is there. So we are inside our server. What we have done. So this is a page we are getting, right? So uh, our folder location is this one. Okay. As you can see, in this www root folder, there are multiple HTML files, right? Index.html, isstart.html, and how.html and about.html. But how will the server identify that it should start the landing page? Okay, so as you can see, previously it was starting isstart.html, right? So now suddenly it has started showing this index.html, right? So basically this we need to do this in the configuration setting. Okay. Okay, so basically when this IIS server starts, so it will start looking for the first page to open. Okay, so what we'll do is we in that configuration file we will tell the server that please open index page. Okay, so this will be given the first priority. If index page is not found, then it will go to the second priority. So second priority will be another name. If second priority is not working, then it will go for the third priority. Okay, so I'll show you how the setting will come. Okay, so that you can find inside your IAS server only. Okay, so default website we are using, right? So as we know that the first site from 2000 port number is not working, I'll try to fix it again. Okay, so we'll go to this default website only. So in this default website, it is showing this page. Okay, we need to understand that how come our server understood that it need to open this page first. Why not this page, and why not this page, why not this page, and why not this page? Instead of having four pages, it has opened this page, right? As I already told, in the configuration we'll have that settings. So here you can find one page concept called default documents. Just double click it. Okay, okay, so when you open this default document, as you can see, when the server starts, when I request this IP address, by default it will start looking for default.htm, right? So it will start looking for this. If it is not found, then what it will do, it will look for the default.asp, second priority. Similarly, third priority, index.htm. Similarly, if at all it is found this file index.htm, it will open the file. If it is not found the index.htm, then it will go for the index.html file. Similarly, index.html file is not there, then it will go for IIS start. Okay, so we'll do simply one small thing. I'll do one thing. First priority I'll keep. Okay, add what are the other pages? We have how.html and about.html, right? So what I'll do, I'll add how.html as my default page. Okay, so how.html. Okay, so this will be given first priority. Okay, so now as you know, when we request the website, it need to open how.html. Okay, so what was the default page it was showing in our server, right? So as you can see, this was our default page. Okay, so how page will look like? Okay, so how.html. So it should open this page, right? So as we have mentioned in our server, right? It should open how.html first. Okay, we have mentioned it in our default document. Okay, so I'll get back. I'll open my IP address. Okay, this is my IP address. Control C, Control V. Okay, I'll just remove all the extension. Okay, I'm requesting this IP address. So when you select, okay, it is showing the same page, but it should show default. I'll reload the page. Okay, so now as you can see, when I'm requesting this IP address, it is directly taking me to the how page. So how is this happening? So it is happening because of this default document. Okay, so whatever the document you mention here first, that file will be shown first. If I remove this default document, for example, I'll say remove. So it will look for default, next it will look for the default.asp, then it will look for index.html. So it is priority based: first priority, second priority, third priority. So again come back. As you know, in our folder we have index.html file. So now it will open this file. So I have saved the settings. Okay, now I'll come back and test. Okay, so this was the default page. Now it was showing how it works. So let me see. If I reload the page, see, as you can see, the default page has changed now. Now this is index.html. Okay, Similarly, there are some other options. Just try to explore. Okay, if we go on finding each section, it will take very long time. So whichever is important, I try to tell you. Okay, just to try this out. If you are having any doubts, please just come back to me. Okay, I'll try to clarify. Okay, and that is it for today's class. And if you're having any doubts, I'll try to clarify now. Okay, or else we'll just end up the class.
Sir, one thing, sir, while creating new FTP site,
Mm-hmm.
mm, we have to bind a new IP address, sir. Uh, if it was a private or public IP address.
Okay, we need not buy any IP address. Remember that. We need not buy
Binding,
anything.
binding,
Okay,
binding.
bind. So binding should be always done to the public IP address only.
Okay. You have done a private IP address, you have bind it.
Okay, binding I have done for private IP address. Ah.
Yes,
Okay,
that's the
okay. So,
problem.
okay, private IP address means I will be able to access only within the server. From outside, it won't
Yes, sir.
connect. Correct. Understood the problem. Okay. Very good.
Nothing else.
Okay. So if any doubts are there, you can just put it on WhatsApp. Okay, I'll try to help. Okay, and thank you
Okay, sir.
guys. We'll meet in tomorrow's class. Yeah. Please practice this Windows and this Amazon Linux hosting. Okay.
Sir, sir. Can you please share me the notes, sir?
Notes, huh?
Yes, sir.
Mm,
You have put
okay.
on notepad.
Okay. I'll put it on WhatsApp only. Right.
Okay, sir.
On WhatsApp, I think you won't get. I'll save and I'll send. No problem.